And right now at 6, we're keeping a close eye on that storm in western Alaska and tracking the flooding that is expected this week.
The warnings are already in effect as some of the impacts have the potential to be serious and cause significant damage.
Chief Meteorologist Melissa Fry joins us now with the forecast and what we need to prepare for this week.
Yeah, John and Augusta, this is not the first storm of this nature, of this size that we have seen in western Alaska, but it is the first of this season, and I do want you to be prepared for it. Again, if you're in any of those western Alaska communities, we have more than 24 warnings or advisories in effect because of this storm. Everything from high winds to flooding, also seeing even heavy snow as you head into places like the Dalton Highway. So here are those significant impacts. Flooding is the main concern with this storm. We're also going to see those high winds, which is actually what's causing the flooding. Some pockets of heavy rain, and again, along the Dalton Highway, pockets of heavy snow up to 10 inches there. We can see the wind gusts as high as 80 miles per hour. Water levels pushing as much as 10 feet with that storm surge above a normal high tide line. So you need to be prepared for the potential for flooded roads, even roads washing out across the western side of the state. Buildings, including homes, could be inundated with water. Infrastructure could be impacted by high water as well. And you also need to be prepared for additional erosion there along the shoreline. So let's talk about the timing. This area of low pressure, again, just forming in the western Bering Sea. It is going to move north and east overnight tonight. You'll start to see the rain and the wind increasing from the Kuskokwim Delta all the way north to the Bering Strait as we head into early tomorrow morning. So wet and windy to start the day, but it's really not until Wednesday that we'll see some more of those extreme winds, and that's when we'll see the strong potential for flooding. So you have time to prepare before those more extreme impacts come later this week. Right now, further inland, we are seeing much calmer conditions, about 50 degrees from Ketchikan all the way into Fairbanks. And John and Gus will have a closer look at the details on that storm and the extended forecast.
Melissa, thanks for tracking that. And now on to our headlines. Anchorage police have arrested a man identified as Robert Fogelman after responding to reports of windows being damaged at the North Rim Bank. This happened around 4:30 Sunday morning. Here's some images now of the damage. Fogelman is facing criminal mischief charges, and the witness who recorded this video had this to say.
I was just screaming. He was wearing a T-shirt and it was pouring rain. So I just don't know if he was on something or just intoxicated. It didn't look like he was intoxicated. It looks like he was just really angry about something. He was even threatening my wife.
This is Jackie's Place restaurant. They say the window in their front door was also smashed. They posted on social media the glass has been repaired. There's no information yet on whether these two cases are related.
Well, the Anchorage School District says it plans to recommend 2 school closures next year. Those schools will be Lake Otis Elementary in Anchorage and Fire Lake Elementary in Eagle River.
Superintendent Jared Bryant says consolidating schools is a reaction to declining enrollment. Both Lake Otis and Fire Lake are at about 50% capacity. Bryant says that means students aren't getting all the services they deserve.
In addition to these 2 schools, over time, we've seen this happen across the district. And this is an effort to put more of our resources in fewer buildings so we can have stronger neighborhood schools, and we're better able to meet parent demand for high demand optional programs.
Well, the recommendation goes to the Anchorage School Board tomorrow night, which plans to vote on that recommendation mid-November.
President Donald Trump has signed an executive order that approves a proposed 211-mile road through Alaska wilderness to boost the mining of copper, cobalt, gold, and other minerals. President Trump previously approved the Ambler Road project in his first term, but it was later blocked by the Biden administration over possible threats to caribou and other wildlife. The Federal Bureau of Land Management, National Park Service, and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers now must reissue permits to construct that road.
All right, tomorrow is Election Day. 22 communities statewide are going to be voting for a series of options that includes ballot propositions, city councilors, mayors.
Lots going on. Here's a list now on your screen of all the mayoral races across the state. That includes the Ketchikan Gateway Borough, the Kodiak Island Borough, Skagway, and the cities of Fairbanks, Kenai, and Palmer.
2 of the big races that we're watching, the cities of Kenai and Palmer in the Valley, 5 people running for Palmer mayor, 4 of whom already on the city council. That includes John Alcantara, Jim Cooper, Victoria Hudson, Joshua Tudor. and the candidate not in the council, Cache Garrett. And in Kenai, you have two running for a 3-year mayoral position. That would be former Vice Mayor Henry Knackstedt and current City Councilor Alexander Dothit.
Our political reporter Will Courtney will be covering the election results from our election desk tomorrow. You can catch the latest information on our website. We've got that on our mobile app or on all of our streaming services.
And with Election Day tomorrow, we are wrapping up our series, taking a look at candidates running for local office in the interior.
Alex Bengal takes a closer look at the race for the mayor of Fairbanks.
Mindy O'Neill and David Pruse are both running for Fairbanks mayor. O'Neill says she would like to see first responders paid adequately.
I want to make sure that if someone's on the streets, that they're also protected in a public safety way. I want to ensure that we have a vibrant downtown that we're proud of, that we can have community events to, that we can welcome visitors to engage with our community.
She wants to approach building housing in Fairbanks in a variety of ways.
I really think that there's a diversity of housing that can be built throughout town in vacant spots, in backyards, in existing homes that can address our homelessness issue and affordable housing issue as well.
Incumbent Pruse, meanwhile, said he accomplished much in his first 3 years as mayor.
Better snow plowing, more police, more fire, more ambulance, community paramedic, downtown improvement, cleaning up the downtown, blighted properties, abating properties such as the Polaris Building, the Alaska Motor Inn, and others.
He said he does not waste a day and can do more with less when budgeting.
I have a great working relationship with our city council members individually, and collectively we work very well together. There's no animosities. We have people on the left, we have people on the right, but I made sure from the very beginning we all work together, and it's a great working relationship. And that's what I've brought to the city of Fairbanks, a great working relationship of the government.
O'Neill and Pruse will appear on the ballots only for residents of the city of Fairbanks on Election Day, October 7th. Alex Bengal, Alaska's news source.
We have a consumer impact to tell you about tonight. The Better Business Bureau warning about what they call hyper-aggressive debt collection scams.
Our investigative reporter Johnson Kuhn spoke to the Bureau to tell us what they're seeing in Alaska.
Yeah, that's right, guys. In the last year, the BBB says they've received 17 reports for debt collection scams specifically. Now, that's for a total loss of over $31,000. But more importantly than the money, the BBB says the scams aren't just successful if they manage to actually take your money, because most of them are designed for the purpose of simply collecting your personal information.
Collecting your personal information.
Yeah.
What are they saying in terms of what they're seeing in terms of people trying to collect that personal information?
Sure. Well, so whether it's coming from people saying they're with student loan departments or debt collection agencies, or even unpaid tolls, which we don't even have here in Alaska, the approach that they're seeing is more and more hyper-aggressive. They're trying to get people to act fast without thinking. And so on our website right now and tonight on the late edition, we'll share how to protect yourself.
All right, Johnson, thank you so much for that. We look forward to that report.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.